This is J. Randall Wilkerson, author of the Heart Failure Recovery Plan, Successful Heart Regeneration Using Metabolic Enzymes. This is part 43 in a 58-part video series of the entire book. Please review our introductory video in the channel to find out background information. Part 43 covers secondary illnesses under Chapter 9, Family Support. When you have heart failure, you are weak, and it's almost in advanced stages like undergoing chemotherapy treatment. When you see people with chemotherapy, or at least undergoing treatment, you will see them with wearing a mask to try and avoid contracting any bacteria or viruses from the common influenza or the common cold, because they can be deadly. An infection that's minor for a healthy person could be fatal for someone who is weakened by heart failure. So it is crucial to practice sound judgment during periods of widespread illnesses, especially in the wintertime. When you see that there are many frequent flu cases around you, don't go out into the public around them. Don't shake their hands. Don't walk around and communicate and talk to persons who are sniffling and ill, because it could be a fatal disease to you. Typhoid Mary was a person who spread her disease to others, and there are many persons in society today who knowingly go out into the public to spread their diseases. I know a woman who boarded a cruise ship with a communicable disease. She did not care about the passengers around her who would get sick on their vacation. If you encounter sick children, just leave immediately. Keep out in fresh air as much as possible. Do not carpool. Avoid parties, family meetings, gatherings, anywhere where someone might be sick. Avoid theaters, restaurants, shopping, and crowds during states of high disease spread, especially in the wintertime. Go to stores early before it becomes contaminated. And when a store opens in the morning, that's usually the safest time to visit. During the Spanish flu of 1918, the incubation period of the virus took 2 to 7 days. More people died than the Black Death of the Middle Ages. In fact, World War I ended because many soldiers caught the Spanish flu. More American soldiers died from the Spanish flu than were killed in military action. Over 500 million caught the flu, and up to 60 million died. Nobody knew who the carrier was. Many towns in the USA barricaded roads to prevent strangers from bringing the virus into their town. The flu still attacked most of those towns because they allowed a flu carrier to pass the barriers, the U.S. postman. So during flu season, the carrier may look healthy, yet they can still leave you sick. So stay away from all carriers. Watch yourself. Food poisoning can be fatal if you're weak from heart failure. You need to learn to avoid all forms of food poisoning. Over 33 million Americans suffer food poisoning every year. And that's the number reported by the CDC. That equals over 90,000 incidents each day. So think carefully about the restaurants you visit. How clean is the food and the servers preparing it? Look at the floor. Look at the counters. Look at the food out in the open. This may sound paranoid, yet it is very serious for someone in a weakened state to contract a minor illness they may not survive. Practice food safety in your own home. Keep counters and floors clean. And wash all vegetables, even if they will be cooked later. Vaccinations have been mentioned earlier for families, but during recovery from heart failure, if you have not received all the different vaccinations available, hepatitis, mumps, measles, pertussis, diphtheria, all those diseases can kill a person with heart failure, yet doctors can quickly review your vaccination schedule and determine what you need. The Pneumovax, which is called the PPSV23, is based on 23 varieties of pneumonia bacteria. It happens to also protect against other diseases. It's just not publicly known. Only among the medical personnel who have applied it know this. The second pneumonia vaccine is Prevnar 13, which adds 13 additional pneumonia bacteria for protection. A person with heart failure, especially advanced cases, cannot survive pneumonia. So take every vaccine a few days to a few weeks apart and get completely vaccinated against all diseases in your community or in your country. In summary, this discussion provides a common sense information, and yet it may sound paranoid if you don't take into account that with heart failure, you are weakened. You are susceptible to things that would hardly bother a young child. So take your precautions seriously. This is J. Randall Wilkerson, author of the Heart Failure Recovery Plan, Successful Heart Regeneration Using Metabolic Enzymes. This book is available from Amazon in print and Kindle editions, from Apple iTunes Store in the iBooks edition, from eBay in the print edition, and directly from the publisher, Wilkerson and Hughes, P.O. Box 777, Altoona, Florida 32702. Enclose a check for $24 to cover the book, plus shipping and handling. Thank you for listening.